signed in yet. Here we go.
Will be starting in a few moments. In the meantime, we have a sign-in sheet over here for anyone who would like to be contacted to connect with any future action. Thank you.
Oh, there you sign in. Future action. Hell yeah! I think I sent your wife the wrong address. No. Oops. You guys are off from CBJ Sports. Why's my camera set up? Your contact set up. There you go. No, I lost it. Jump in line. Thank you. I don't think they're in line. Huh? But I don't think they're in line.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Okay. This is the line for the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Put down here. We want as well. Yeah. Put that.
Only one person, me, so far. Tim or Jordan, and nobody else is logged on yet. This has the number count up at the top left.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Is there sound on this thing too? Hi, Tim.
I can't. Well, yeah, they can hear us.
All right.
We can't hear them though. They can't. They don't. Yeah, they're having some kind of event inside. I heard
like
some kind of
a nationwide.
Nationwide. Oh, okay.
That's even better.
Yeah. 30%. Yeah.
My buddy who's got the...
there's Jordan says yes, sound. There must be Jordan on there. Hi, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan. Because he can chat, he can log in and chat on this.
Yeah, log in and chat. It's free. It says hello.
Rob from 10 Sports. We're waiting in line to sign up to get info for future protests.
Yeah, text me your info.
Program and maybe burn some programs in effigy. We're not burning books, we're just burning programs. Just to get information on I'm signing it.
I'm legalized marijuana.
I'm signing it basically to get more numbers. After this, I'm gonna walk around and get some people signed that they have. Ask him if the quality is okay, because I'm just on 3G right now.
We can hear you. Just ask him.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jordan, how's the quality? Is it pretty good? I'm just running 3G right now. No problem. Do I write?
Go for it. Yeah, absolutely. Double-sided. You got a little bit.
All right. Oh, hey, Jordan's logged in now. He can chat. All right, good. I'm going to keep it on 3G because the battery's a lot better. All right, let's get some signs. We're going to walk around and get some signs, some clever ones here. Real change. There we go. There we go.
That's going on there.
Where's that lady with the
Iron.
Sir, I see your sign.
No fake.
Nice. One down, two to go. Thank you. Get the back. That's the good one there. There we go. Yeah.
We were back for the All-Star game.
Yeah. Anybody else? Burn down the house. There we go. Streaming live to the web here.
Hi.
Any requests, Jordan? Anything else you want to see here? Yes, it is a pretty excellent. Thank you. I know Tim didn't end up showing up. He's supposed to log on, and I gave Kristen the address and Chris Mudra. So we'll see. Lost Jim. Looks like we're about ready to get started here.
You might want to get out of the front and get in the stage so you can see the podium better.
Walk around here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here today. We all appreciate it. I'd like to start off by thanking several people who have made this possible. I'd like to thank the HF Sports community.
Yeah!
I'd like to thank all of our supporters on Facebook and Twitter. I'd like to thank the members of the local, national, and Canadian media for all the publicity that we've had in this past week. And most of all, I'd like to thank you, the fans of hockey in Central Ohio.
Yeah! Hey, can you hear okay?
Why are we here? There are some people that don't quite understand why we're here. After 11 years of love and frustration for this franchise, coming out of the most recent owners meeting, it became clear that the change that's necessary to move this franchise forward is not forthcoming. It's very clear now that Scott Halson and Mike Priest, in all likelihood, will retain their jobs, not only through this season, but going into the next season. This is simply not acceptable.
Yeah!
Today, the fans get their voice back. I've been a fan of this team since day one, and a hockey fan for all of my life. I was at this team's very first game in this building, which was a preseason contest against Detroit, which, by the way, we won.
Yeah! Screw Detroit.
While I've since moved from Columbus, I remain a diehard Blue Jackets fan, which isn't always easy. Being a Jackets fan is a lot like being a member of a family. There have been good times that we've all had together, and there have been bad times. The good times included the playoff run, the trade that landed us Rick Nash, and many of the early year games when this place was packed. We've also had some very hard times, and lately, those times have outweighed the good. This team cannot afford another failed plan from this current management. Teddy Roosevelt once said, "The buck stops here." In professional sports, the buck stops with the GM and the president of the franchise.
Yeah.
After 5 years, and particularly after watching the team regress in the last 3 years, we as fans now come here today to vote no confidence in Scott Halson and Mike Freese.
Yeah!
By John P. McConnell's own admission, it's hard to put a finger on it, but we're going to keep searching for the right answer. If management can't even identify the problem, how can they come up with the appropriate solution? Their track record does not suggest that any solution that they craft would go far enough. It is particularly clear that Priest and Housen's lack of experience and vision are a dangerous combination. It has led from one quick fix to the next, with the end result being a team that has regressed instead of moving forward. The lack of vision has led to a team that looks better on paper than it does on ice. It leads to a team that lacks in both identity and chemistry. The inaugural team didn't win a Stanley Cup, but they certainly had an identity. They had tenacity and hard work, and that was what defined that team. Elite teams always have an identity. Think of the Big Bad Bruins, the Broad Street Bullies, the young quick Blackhawks, or the defensive-minded Vancouver Canucks. The Jackets have many hard-working and skilled players, but no real identity. This has persisted for several seasons and was more pronounced once the departure of Ken Hitchcock occurred. Players have been turned over several times by this GM. The results are the same. We've now had 4 coaches in the last 3 years, including a future Hall of Famer, and the results are still the same. At some point, the question becomes, is it the players and the coaches, or the men who assembled them as a team? Consider, for a moment, in particular, their decision in selecting Scott Arniel as our coach. They had 4 candidates before them. The current interim coach, Kevin Dineen, Guy Boucher, and Scott Arniel. Each of those 4 men started the season as a head coach of a franchise in the NHL. Which one of them had the worst record before he was terminated? Sadly, Kevin Dineen wasn't even seriously considered for the coaching position by these men. That's former Blue Jacket, Kevin Dineen. He's also now one of the 4 that has the best record. Inexperience creates additional problems. How can a president with no hockey experience properly evaluate those beneath him in the management chain, and particularly the general manager? Managing a sports franchise is fundamentally different than managing another enterprise. Managing a sports business requires an ability to judge talent as well as balance the books. Mr. Priest does not appear particularly adept at either, given the team's present salary structure. This organization needs a hockey man as president. Ironically, we have such a man in the organization by the name of Craig Patrick. Unfortunately, he's a subordinate to both Mr. Housen and Mr. Priest, with no apparent ability to terminate them if he deems it necessary in his judgment. Again, John P. McConnell's own recent statements seem to betray concern that he has over the lack of experience when he comments on Mr. Housen and Priest, quote, "They're smart, learning people." Well, folks, we don't have time for on-the-job training. We need somebody who can fix this mess now.
Yeah!
We're told that Mr. Priest, in particular, is blameless for the on-ice product, and yet, at the same time, he's involved directly in the hiring of Scott Arneo, and he's been involved in the decision-making that's going on right now for the future season. It troubles me a little bit when the word tweak is used in describing what may be done in the coming weeks in order to fix what's a colossal mess. The current situation clearly calls for a hockey man to oversee the future of the franchise, and Mr. Priest simply does not fill the bill. As the late John H. McConnell said, "I've seen many companies suffer from an overbearing finance and accounting office instead of allowing decisions to be made at a more appropriate level. Do not let this happen to you." And yet, it has happened to the Columbus Blue Jackets. With respect to Mr. House, a GM needs to have a clear vision for how the franchise gets from point A to becoming a Stanley Cup winner. A plan that merely undoes the last failed plan will not suffice going forward. A cohesive multi-year plan to build chemistry and identity for this team is a must. We need a GM to build a team worthy of John H. McConnell's mission. Mr. Housen has shown no consistent vision to build such a team, and it's time to move forward and bring in a GM who will. We are here today not of anger, but of love for this team. That silence will not get us to where we all want to be. So we speak for those who have stopped caring for fear of having their hearts broken again. Today you are going to hear from several other people, including a Day 1 season ticket holder, a fan who drives here for many games all the way from Kentucky, an Iraq war vet who took comfort in the jacket while overseas, a devoted family man, and a longtime Jackets blogger. It is fans like them and like you that are the lifeblood of this team. With that said, I'd like to introduce the next speaker. Mr. Carl Bennett is here to tell his story. He's the year 1 season ticket holder, and he was number 3 in line to be a season ticket holder. Please welcome Carl.
We love this team or what?
Yeah!
I tried to come out a few minutes ago and thank as many of you as I could personally. And it means a lot to me to see as many of you here on a Saturday. It's kind of chilly, kind of windy, and you've got a lot of things going on in your lives I know that are more important. And I also know we're not trying to solve world hunger here, so there's a sacrifice going on here in your personal time, and I want to say how much I appreciate it. Thank you all very much. Are we going in the right direction with this team right now?
No!
I want to talk really briefly about why I'm here, personally, what I believe is the core of why all of you are here today, and give us a little bit of background. From my earliest memory, I remember looking forward to wintertime. I love winter. I'm a skier and a skater. This is in my element right here. Some of you may not be digging it, but this is my time of year, Matt. I used to enjoy the snow and ice as a kid. It meant I could get out and start sledding and skating around. And when it used to actually really get cold here. I'm not going to tell you how many years ago that was. As I got older, I came to recognize the beauty of ice hockey and the strength, speed, skill, and endurance required to succeed at it. It is not an easy game to play. In fact, it's as challenging a sport as there is on so many levels. Mastery of this game is not a small task, and as such, it can be no surprise one of my personal heroes would be Mr. John H. McConnell, the original founder of this organization. Now, he and I are from vastly different worlds, but as it turns out, we do have some things in common: a love of ice hockey and an understanding of what professional sports could mean for our town, for the city of Columbus, and for Central Ohio and for the state of Ohio. After all, he brought my favorite game to town. Out of all the major sports, I hit the ceiling when I found out that the NHL was coming to my town after a lifetime of it. I remain very, very appreciative of that. The first years of this organization, I was lucky enough to meet Mr. Mack on several occasions here, and many times in the elevator inside as I'd come down from the upper deck. I was always reluctant and respectful of his personal space, but I took it upon myself several times to extend my hand to him and thank him personally and sincerely as I possibly could for making one of my dreams come true, and how proud I was of the effort that he had put forth. It should be obvious to everyone that Mr. Mack was a doer. He was an achiever. He was a winner. A winner! John McConnell was a winner. He was never an also-ran. Never. And while admittedly I did not know him very well, I'm convinced that it was his can-do attitude that is responsible for much of his success. Because when the citizenry of the Central Ohio community repeatedly turned down funding and taxation for this kind of a facility, Mr. Mack took it upon himself as a leader in the community, and he made this happen. This is not a hard sell. I don't have to convince you of this. Right behind me are several tons of steel and brick and mortar, and several of our names are in there on a plaque as original contributors and founders, and there's also a really awesome sheet of ice inside there that proves what I'm talking about. This isn't a result of happenstance. It's not a maybe. This is a real-life Kevin Costner moment. This is a real build it, and people will come. This is proof of what one man's vision, commitment, and drive and purpose can produce. And I'm extraordinarily proud to have met Mr. Mack, and I'm extremely proud of what he's achieved. Our organization has, from all accounts, been first class. The arena itself, the charitable work, the generosity of the organization and players to those less fortunate in our community, especially Children's Hospital. However, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play hockey here in Columbus.